we did get something kind of cool, like you just mentioned, Cody. We had the signing of Miguel Rojas. And I mean, I think the fan base would have lost their collective shit if they had not signed him again. I mean, Anthony, how great is it that he is back?
I'm happy for him. He said himself multiple times on different podcasts that he kind of was coming to terms with the end of his career. He knew he had 1 year left in him. So I'm happy he's going to have a chance to kind of not Chris Paul it, kind of have an opportunity to finish a farewell tour here and try to do something that hasn't been done in a while, is try to three-peat. I know it's going to be a long road ahead, but I feel like he's going to play a key role for us, whether it's in the regular season or in the playoffs, and even long term, because they came to an agreement that when he's done playing, that he's going to just slide right into the player development side. So I feel like that was kind of a no-brainer as well too. That's kind of someone that you want to have around the young guys. I know there's differences of opinions with other players, Jazz Chisholm, for example, but he's the only person that I've heard a negative thing about, Miguel Rojas, and I'm kind of leaning towards our guys who will fight to the very, very end for Miguel Rojas, like our Freddie Freeman or a Mookie Betts or even a Shohei. So I'm excited to see what his last year has in store for him, even if it's just he goes out there and kind of just gives it his best, kind of how he's been doing it the past couple of years. But I'm more excited to have him on the player development side once the season ends going forward. That's kind of something I'm looking more forward to.
Yeah, same here. I mean, Cody, that player development, I know he mentioned on several shows and different interviews that that's like kind of something that he was looking forward to beyond his MLB career. That's just right up his alley, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're, Roger can attest to this when we talk to him, off air, but, anybody that covers the team, even my, fair share of times on the East Coast, there's one guy that's always never sitting down, is always working with somebody, whether it's, fielding or doing his own prep work. And that's Miguel Rojas. And I think that kind of speaks the amount of volumes that, the respect the team has for him, the players in that clubhouse, the coaching staff. He was kind of like a hybrid player coach this season, helping Mookie Betts become a Gold Glove candidate at shortstop in his first full season at the position. And, you can always, like Anthony said, there's a lot of fans, there's a lot of negativity from, certain players like Jazz Chisholm and that story that broke out earlier in the year. And, even when Rojas was struggling throughout the season, he heard the noise and he spoke about it, on the Chris Rose rotation. And, these players hear that stuff and that criticism, and for him to come out of that dark place and then to provide key moments in the postseason, and arguably, the more and more I watch it, it's arguably probably the biggest hit in Dodger postseason history, especially one of the biggest hits in World Series history. And he'll forever have that moment. You could argue, I made the argument that, he could have retired right then and there, go out as a champion like Clayton Kershaw did, but have even more of an impact on this team. But he's going to give it one farewell tour, one final season, and then he'll transition to a coaching role. And, that's something that seemed like it was always in his future. I always, said he looked like a guy that was either on the manager trajectory or definitely like one of those bench coaches or player development, where he'll spend time with the organization, the prospects, all that stuff, and help this team move forward. Because we've mentioned that this streak of excellence and winning isn't going to end anytime soon, and he'll have his hands all over that from this upcoming season and beyond. So it's good to have him back. He is a leader in the clubhouse, which goes to show that, it's not always the superstars that are going to be the leaders of the team. It's those guys that, speak up and do the little things each and every day. And Miguel Rojas is definitely one of those guys, someone that I definitely respect and from what I've seen up close.